Hello?
Yo. Did you see we can both co-stream now?
Yep.
Hi.
I was waiting to
11.
tell my viewers the
Did you
limit.
just wake up?
The limit is still 4, but I don't believe Double F is gonna try.
Why is Chovy running second wind?
He's a pussy.
Do you think he was watching me play Ari?
Yeah. I mean, why else would he have that?
Oh. Wait, why is Gwen here? What the?
Did you? Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh! Wait, they're not gonna flash on him? I guess he has Ghost. Be cringe. It's a TP. Should TP in the bush, or you just gonna jerk off and try lane?
Hold up. Scion's here
What
too,
the-
cheesing with Poppy.
Dude, where is?
Nobody's playing top.
Where's Gwen going? What is he doing? What is he doing? Dude,
cannot
is he
tell
trying
you.
to juke them? He's just trying to stall him.
I'm done counting.
What the fuck is this? What? Is this a strategy? How?
This is some deep metagaming.
He just defending bot lane. He says you will not die. Are they actually going to go for this dive anyway? Oh my god.
Dude, it's called a tri-lane. Chill.
What the fuck? No way. No way. Oh my god. It still works. What?
That's dirty.
He
That is
doesn't
so
even
dirty.
do anything.
The fact that you end up losing both
No.
and Doran doesn't really get to farm. Like Zion will do fine, right? He's TP'd back to the top side, but
What the hell?
Well then.
Doran missing out on a lot on the top end will catch some bot, but still really nice play. For
No fucking way.
Fully aware, right? Also want to highlight Zeus going for the root.
What is that?
Just so he can tank like
What the fuck?
You never heard of a tri-lane before?
extra seconds.
I am just so mind fucked, bro. Like, I feel like in theory it's a counter because they're just scared of the dive and they just don't give a fuck and they do it anyway. And it literally ends in the exact same result. Scion guaranteed dies, but they get the double kill. That's literally what happened.
Yeah.
The only advantage was Gwen gets to CS, but Gwen would have got way more staying top.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if they wanted Gwen to stay down here, they would have probably had to do some kind of like not letting the wave crash strat, but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't try that. He pulled the golems. Like, the timing of it made me think that, like, he was trying to confuse them into thinking that the golems were gone.
I assumed it was more like he wants to like stall the level 3 for a little bit.
That's what it ended up doing for sure. And maybe
Yeah,
that was his
I mean,
goal.
it was very minor.
Yeah. It was a solid attempt at a counter.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool idea. That's just so wild they actually did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, someone came up with the idea and everyone else signed off on it. And just like, yeah, I'm down.
Dude,
Try
like,
lane, fuck it.
I feel like it must have been some, like, in theory counter that they did never actually try.
Oh, and they got him
Fucking
again.
dead.
Okay. Okay, T1.
Another series, another bot gap. Actually crazy how it legit just seems like a guaranteed thing.
Look at Gwen CS compared to Scion.
Scion gets the dive off and gets a double kill. No matter what. There's no others.
Even when you get your, like, both your flashes. Or did Tom lose his flash or just Jinx?
I don't know. Oh, actually, no. Just I think no, it's both. It's both.
Uh-oh. Doran.
Ooh.
Ooh. Damn.
Dedge. Well, if you send your bot lane top, it's pretty fucking disadvantaged. Because it's like pretty much impossible to take plates on top and mid turret before 5 minutes. And then you're also fucking your top laner. And I don't think you want your top laner to just get 4v1 dove. Because he's 100% not getting farm.
Instead of minimizing losses bot, could the team focus on maximizing gains top? Could the Gwen push in and counter jungle? I don't think you can counter jungle at like level 2.
No.
Some people try pushing in and then like TPing bot.
And it accomplishes nothing. Most of the time.
We've seen it look decent before.
Depends on your champ.
Gwen can do it. She can push really fast, level 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is weird that this strat seems so inevitable.
You pick Cyan, you get a free double kill bot level 1. 1 to 2.
Yeah, I mean, like they could have had Wukong start on bottom side of the map.
Oh.
Gwen's gonna be down there anyway. Oh, Faker on a deep flank.
Oh.
Oh! Wow, that did not bounce as much as I thought it would.
Or do any damage.
I thought that was like a juicy 3-4 man ult, but you can only hit Scion.
Yeah. Is Faker still the best? We're gonna have to see this game to find out. The results are still pending.
Faker's the GOAT.
He is the GOAT. Oh! Oh, wait.
Oh,
the nut got it. Oh!
Uh-oh, big flash Tibbs.
Dude, Paze is in such an awkward spot.
Yeah.
Wow.
They caught the dragon, but pretty awkward fight.
And as long as that doesn't happen, I think Genji, they can hold on, but they can't actually shove back against T1.
And the thing is, you don't even really get to use Doran in a side lane particularly well because the push is put TP now.
Yeah, and Infinity Edge is now done as, okay, Chovy could be in trouble. Does have to flash away from the train, but there are a lot of different problems.
Joey lives these. Oh.
Oh, his ult is just down. 5 seconds on it.
Could
Nice.
be
Let's
a
go.
Baron. Wait a second. Nice for who? Huh? You rooting for T1?
Yep, the Abyssal Dive does come through, gets a decoy, but not the real Peanut. He's going to be able to make it to safety as Doran.
Yes.
Or you just want to
maybe.
see Chobi's Ari lose so that you can say yours is better.
You got me.
22 minutes, a little bit late for a T1 Baron, but they'll take it. As Peanut is still there, they're going to look for a turn.
Can they do this? And Genji has a pretty good comp at punishing on Baron. Paze's guns are not great though.
Oh.
Oh, that was huge. Wow, that was an insane Poppy ult. That was a 3-man Poppy ult. Rakan, Philios, and Wukong.
Yep. Could be GG. I mean, Genji hasn't really fought. They just had that dragon where they stole it. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
2 mountain dragons? What's the value of a mountain dragon for T1, Meteos? Surely it's higher than
Pretty
Genji
good.
getting one.
He's around 69 gold-ish.
Oh, per hero? Per champ? Per 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, yeah, what's the armor percent increase in MR? Is it 8? I forget the buff number.
Alright, somewhere around there, I don't know. I know they changed him.
Him.
Changed him, changed them.
Changed him. Oh, now what? Now what?
Doran's in, he's got the big ulti.
Oh? Oh? That's a lot of damage.
Hold up.
Oh! No crit. This ulti is ass.
Look at Gumayushi, he's just a raid boss. He's gigantic
Just
in this
crit
game.
5 head.
And T1, they've got the
This
barrier.
ulti is dog shit.
Also there, Peanut
I was closer than I thought I'd be.
60% crit and we don't crit?
So there is no opportunity.
As Peanut down again.
Jesus, why are T1 so strong?
They don't lose anyone, but
Why can Genji not fight?
I mean, that's the top lane tower now
I
gone.
believe it's due to T1's golden experience advantage.
So strong. Gumayushi.
And that's it. They just have an advantage, so now they can't fight.
Dangerous. This Storm Razor Jinx doing so much work here as they dive forward.
I mean, I think their tanky champions makes it hard for Genji
Oh,
to get
oh,
in.
oh, oh. Yo, flamethrower, flamethrower.
They're looking for another one. Faker getting taken down low. Pays still.
Oh.
He's all crit and they still lived. Hold up.
Oh. Nothing, bro.
Got another Gwyn
Nothing.
ult.
It's
Fire
nothing.
needles.
He's not going to do it. Not going to go for it. Still had his flash available, but no Moonlight Vigil.
There's nothing, man. Nothing.
That's no jungler now for Dragon Team.
Are they actually just stalling for 6 items?
That basically every time they face up on a bit of
Genji?
more footing,
Yeah.
they haven't been able to take it, but
I mean, I think they're looking for stuff, but
Ooh, with,
I don't know. What would you do if you were them? Just run into them for fun, kill yourself?
Not like the... Like, is T1's Baron setup really that perfect? That, like, they all got zoned off by Jinx traps at the fucking blue entrance? And then it just dies in that window? Like,
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty hard. You don't have like a proper front line, just like walk in, tank them. T1 has the biggest front line ever. Giga Jinx.
yeah. Jinx just never miss positioning.
I mean, he has the Tom Kench even if he does, right?
Yeah. Doran lost all of his health. It's just perma-zoned.
Just smite fight. Oh, okay.
It's GG. It's over. Like, this looks so awkward.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Like, none of the other games we've watched have looked like this. Nobody got choked like this.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, T1 pulled pretty ahead early in this game, right?
Yeah.
Makes it quite hard.
Yeah, usually I just feel like at some point the opposing team losing like this would force a fight, but they just never found an angle, I guess. It's over.
Oh, the spacing on that charm.
Oh,
Damn.
Jesus. Wow. That's Monte Cristo's dream. A killless game. You win the game
Perfect game.
through objectives. Never overextend, never team fight, but win the game with a firm grasp.
The
Game
junglers make the
2.
best coaches because they're actually the ones who understand the game the best.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. Everyone else is dumb as hell.
How come 80 carries are never coaches? They can tell people, hey, right-click this minion.
Yo, I think you should get this farm here. Like,
Yo, bro,
your
just,
team doesn't
just
need
go
you.
into the team fight with 6,000 more gold than everyone else with a full team comp designed around protecting you and right-click your way to victory and glory.
I mean, is he wrong though?
But coach, I'm playing jungle. Oh yeah, dude, just do whatever. Like,
Yo,
it doesn't
gank.
fucking matter. Let's get back to what the 80 carry should be doing.
I really think you should be ganking the 80 carries lane right now. What do you think, Mr.
Yeah, like,
Jungler?
have you considered a bottom gank here?
Bro, just back. You
I
have
just think a bottom
300
gank would
gold.
be super good.
Buy the dagger, man. Come on. You'll be so strong.
I really don't think you should be fighting in so much unspent gold. But coach, I only have 200 gold. That's an anal bead. Aurelion Soul.
Oh.
Huh.
Blind pick.
Not really blind.
Blind pick. That Annie could go anywhere.
I guess Annie is a flex. Wow. Genji going legit all in on the scaling. They're like, T1, you cheesed us with tanks and scaling last game. That was just so uncool.
Okay. Back to level 1 time, though. Do they do it? with this
probably.
comp. Yeah. If I had to guess, they don't. But I mean, we'll see.
Sneaky, what do you do if you like meet someone out in the wild in like WoW or some other game and they say, "Are you the real Sneaky?" What do you respond with?
And I have to respond or what?
No, you don't have to respond. You just don't know all them usually. You're just like, they're not worth the fucking effort to type on my keyboard.
I mean, you have Blitz and
I mean, depends what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll say like, yeah.
He doesn't know.
Whoa, baby.
Oh my god. All right.
Get the flash.
As he breathes some lightning sporadically.
Well, they're doing it, Meteos. I was wrong.
Yep. They say, we got Scion, your red jungle. It's actually a red jungle.
Does Doran do it again, though?
Yep, here he come. Oh, he coming.
Wait, they're not doing
That
it.
boy coming.
I mean, just not having the push.
He's unironically doing it again, but they're not.
Yeah, but now it's the mind game.
It really
Now
is.
Scion doesn't do it.
And I quite like that. I do think that also the jungler plays a big part here. We saw the Poppy last time out, how good it was at the early dive.
But now, does Doran know the next level tech? Is he ready for the counter? Is he like, I'm just going to go in the lane and E-flash on the Blitzcrank
Oh my
instantly?
god! Oh my god! I'm so ready. Please don't want it. They go blitz?
This is turned from a defensive play to an offensive play. As Doran, we get
Yeah, of course you go blitz.
still sitting there in the brush.
This is gonna be a hard kill.
Also, one up. He could just throw
Oh,
the
what?
into the brush if he would
What?
like to. There's the flash.
Oh.
Kumiyushi immediately knocked up, but just press
Oh, no!
It's gonna be used in response.
Really?
I need to fast forward. What's your time?
But that is
That was
No, you only
That
have
I mean, it may
was
have
a
been too
play.
forced to go on. I don't know if he would have been able to kill Blitz there, but I think he would have got more than you would have out of Philios. You just got his ghost and 100 HP.
They had to face check, but they just weren't.
I think if Tom could have somehow started W maybe.
On the body slam, yeah.
Do you want to try and get a word down? And we'll spot out where owner is.
Yep, they get that information. Faker is cheating down towards this bottom side. River gets the stun onto Chovy. As Chovy on a champion that really
It's actually kind of interesting in this game. There's like, outside of Aphelios, there's not really many high skill cap champions picked in this game. It's like a lot of simple champs.
Here on the Gen G side is Faker versus Chovy is going Faker's way. Carrier
Oh,
taking a
Carrier does not have flash. He is looking a little dead here.
Yeah!
Oh.
Is
Is Viego high skill? I don't really think so, to be honest. Like, he's decently mechanical, but he's not, like, super hard to play. Like, Viego's flashiness to difficulty is, like, super good ratio for him.
I mean, most of the time when you get the fucking soul, you just kind of keyboard slam.
Yeah, exactly. You're like cleaning up at the end of the fight. Like, they probably don't have like their spells and summoners. They're low. You're just take over a body, press all their abilities, press R again. The real skill is knowing 160 champs. Yeah, but like that's not that hard.
It really is not.
If League of Legends was like a new game that just came out and no one had played all the champions, then it would be hard. But the game's been out for a hot minute. I think most people, I would assume every pro player should be able to play every champion to some degree. Enough to clean up his Viego with him. The hardest part about Viego in competitive is just like the beginning of fights. Like if you don't have a team that can get you that first kill, then like a lot of times you're just sitting around like baiting stuff out, running around in your shroud, getting engaged on having to flash ult out. That's legit like the Viego play pattern. You're just posturing. Oh, nice block by Owner.
Wait, that's kind of awkward.
Oh, wait.
Oh my god. I mean, he's fine.
Huh. I haven't seen that interaction before.
Trap stopping the jump, yeah.
Yeah, like you put the traps behind the cone, you hit it.
Mm.
What do you think about Soul now? Do you still think he's OP?
I know they nerfed the knockup on his R and his stun on his R duration by like 0.25.
this is the only upside.
I think they hit some of his damage too.
Needs to catch the wave on top.
I think he's still like a really insane scaler.
Doran is really far behind him.
I mean, he was already shit early game, but
I think actually kind of gets him back into the game because
it's not as instant win to get Sky's Ascend. Like the second you team fight with it, you don't just instant win like you were before.
Yeah. Oh, the force is coming out.
We watching Star Wars. Oh,
nice.
Oh. There's no way to live.
He's actually just dead.
Wow. Oh, we get in the wave, boys. Oh,
That was
we
the
get in the
limpest
wave.
diesel ult ever.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my goodness.
Wait.
Oh, wow. Oh, God.
Oh no. Okay, got one.
Oh my. Wow, that was weird at the end. How important when you're playing Aphelios against Viego is it to make sure you die with bad guns out? Like, he had green purple there. That's a pretty weak combo.
It's very important. You should just instant dump every gun and fuck your guns. Holy shit. Dude, I definitely have never seen a Viego stealing an Aphelios soul and doing anything besides getting out instantly after, like, popping his turret abilities. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you have, like,
But, like,
very few spells, no E.
if you stuck in with Flamethrower as a Fed Aphelios, you would actually just Shrek people.
Yeah.
That might actually be underused.
Yeah, just kill the Fed Aphelios with Flamethrower and kill everyone. Why are more people not taking advantage of this simple strategy?
Really don't think it's that uncommon. Like, Aphelios is relatively easy to kill, and he does have a Flamethrower quite a bit in team fights later.
He's so easy to just kill their carry and take his body.
No.
What's so hard about that, guys?
No, just when you get him, sit in it for a little. Not all 80 carries. Aphelios specific. Like, Jinx is weird because if you take her soul, you don't have her reset. Do you get her passive? Do you get passives?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Because you know how, like, if Silas steals Cannon ult, he gets the passive?
I don't know if that applies here, but I do know that.
Well, so, like, he gets the stun if he takes Cannon's ult, even though... Okay, that was a mistime by Doran.
Oh.
That's a true combo.
Faker's dead.
Okay, Faker looking a bit dead here. Does Carrier have a hook? He already used it. Hold up.
Oh, that's getting blocked. Soul 0 items. Nobody's at any items.
Viego has an item.
It's only one, actually.
Literally because of the cleanup he got top lane.
Yeah.
You don't have the pyramids, okay? You need
He1 not ready to give this up.
Oh, that's true. You do get Scion passive. Okay. I just don't remember it physically changing the icon, but it probably does. Wait. Why is this so awkward? They just give up drag after winning the fight? I guess their condition's pretty fucked. And Faker just respawned. TP's in.
No, T1 did do their work.
I think they didn't
That's very strange. It's almost like they were kicking them
think
out of their
like they
own
didn't calculate how long it would take to kill versus the NATP.
going for a steal with something that Gen
Yeah. Actually weird to think killing somebody is almost a disadvantage sometimes.
Yeah.
You're just too far from the objective. The objective takes too long. Fight lasted too long.
Mm-hmm. That was either a pure mistime from Doran or Faker doesn't have unflinching or something, right? He has spellbook primary.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah, big thing there is Guma actually flashing. If Peanut is able to get the kill, you're in deep trouble. Zeus.
All right, Dragon breathing on him for a moment as Doran gets in there with the
Oh,
body slam.
big Dragon Soul. He looks
His flash. His flash. Oh.
They're going in on.
Wait, he's so tanky. The nut. Oh my god.
Oh my, wait.
Wait, he's
No,
Scion
it's a
passive.
Viego playing his
Dude,
Scion Ghost.
we have not seen this
he's
ever.
just beating the shit out of him.
Can he ult out though?
No, you're dead.
True.
Dude, you were just talking about that.
Yeah. That's the first time I've ever seen it.
I don't know if like I'm missing something, but the Viego lore still is weird to me. Like, his wife died, and so he like tried to revive her, and that caused the harrowing or whatever it's called, like the mist, and like messed up the world.
Who is his wife?
And
Just
then all of a
some
sudden
character?
he's like evil now. Like I just don't get it.
He was stealing souls to resurrect her, being Senna.
We can get that process started. Get the right permits.
And what, Thresh is like working for him?
I'll move in with Ox. It'd be great.
Oh, Delight getting grabbed and he gone. No flash. Let's go. Good hook.
Who are you rooting for here, dude? We're rooting for the underdogs.
I'm rooting for good League of Legends play.
That doesn't sound like it. Sometimes. Oh? What?
Sneaky. I was doing a Brackenhide 20 with the guild last night. We did like one last key before bed, like a 20 no lever, and it was like a 6-hour key. We had like 325 deaths.
Wait, on the nerfed Bracken.
Yeah, it was so fucked.
Yeah, I've had my fair share of Bracken wipes to that thing.
Oh, hold up.
Ooh.
Wait, Carrier was in there.
Brilliant stuff. I mean, the fact that they managed to get the turnaround there.
You can't cleanse a hook mid-hook, no, to stop it.
You used to be able to QSS flash out of knockups. That was a pretty weird interaction, so they removed it.
How long ago was that, actually? Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god, this guy. Wait, dude, he was getting fucked by Baron. Wow, why is this so...
He can't get to the antibody.
Is
He's
this-
getting it. He has a stun prep.
No
Flashes.
way,
Wait, where did
dude.
stun go? What happened to the anti-stun?
How is this fight so fucked? What?
Oh, owner with the flash in, getting pays. Cleanse and flash, very worth.
No way, man. What happened? That seemed so cursed. Like, Genji just did not even want to engage. They were just so separated. Pays was far as fuck. Like, I think Pays recalled. And he came back in, but they took a fight. And then, like, Dorn was stuck in there. Peanut was, like, watching.
Oh my god,
while he's dead.
wait.
What
Is the Tom ult not up?
No. Or,
What?
it looks it is now, but
It looks up.
I mean, I can pull that back.
Surely he would have used it if it was up, right? Like it
is 100% up on the UI, but
definitely Chovy had to try and come in to rescue this one because it wasn't looking so hot at the start.
come
Wait, I want
on.
to see what happens with Peanut, like after Annie died. It seemed like he couldn't get the body right away. I mean,
He
maybe
didn't even
he wanted.
try.
Oh, and we'll never know.
Speaking of which, he's going to get cast away. We'll see whether Doran is going to survive. He's pretty tanky right now as Peanut as well, fighting against Owner, who's moving forward. Delight looks for the tongue lash, but Zeus is here as well. One after the other. T1 are bearing down on Gen G. The Tibbers not going to find too much value, but still they're going
Oh!
to the hook's going to land once again. And Doran will fall
The big
down.
man goes
T1
down.
looking for an inner turret off the back
Guys,
end. And this Rebel
the series looks kind of over. I don't think we're going to make it to Game 5 for Meteos to join us.
Currently 4,000 gold. They're looking for more.
This is unfortunate.
Angry, 23 minutes and they're already going to crash.
Genji picks red side next game, or they do something about Sion.
Oh!
Tries to find the ult, but nothing more is going to be found. The inhibitor
Nah, I don't think it's just Jover. I think Genji still has some
options.
options. I think they should try changing something up. Maybe see what T1 looks like without Annie, see what T1 looks like without Sion. Do you think you and Sneaky would be more interested in returning to pro if NA wasn't getting constantly humiliated at every international stage? That wouldn't change anything for me. I mean, my biggest thing with pro play is just like how the teams are run. Like, I don't like the revolving door and just players having no input on who they're playing with or where they're playing and stuff.
Yeah, it's
Too political.
very political.
but they are then able to trade cross map, right?
Yeah.
They're able
We're
to
just
get a
pawns.
turret, which right now hasn't happened
I
yet.
wouldn't say like
When in reality,
And
it doesn't.
players should be the kings and queens.
It doesn't ruin pro play, but I mean, Meteos specifically has been very fucked over by that. Gets in the decent team, does well. Some tiny shit happens where like they start not doing as well for a little bit, and then they just fucking jump ship for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, like, when me and Sneaky were playing together, it would always be like, you know, we'd, like, all be working together to try to, like, as good of a team as we can, and, like, you know, sometimes arguments would happen to just figure out, like, what needs to be done. But now it kind of feels like, you know, just smile and nod, like, try to not cause any conflict, like,
Yeah.
trust your coaches, just do exactly what they say. If they're telling you something doesn't make sense, don't worry about it.
Yeah, the coaches definitely got too much power too early. Like, and nobody has been qualified for the coaching role for like a long time, and I feel like they're just sort of recently getting qualification.
Yeah, like, I'm not saying coaches are useless or anything. Like, there can be some really good coaches, just it's more the structuring of the team, like the coaches being above the players, I think. In a game like League, doesn't really work that well.
Yeah, everyone should be equal. Oh my god. They're all fucking
They are
dead.
just exploding them. This is kind of average Aurelion Soul gameplay that I've seen since his nerfs. Like, he never really gets strong.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be that he doesn't really do too much. Oh my god. And then he gets Sky's Descend, and then he just kills their whole team.
So the risk of getting stuck with a bad player is quite high. I mean, I just think that, like, right now, if you pooled all the pro players anonymously or somehow, like, there'd probably be a lot of them that, like, were not okay with their teammates. Like, they would want to, like, play with other people. And I feel like that used to not be the case. Like, it's just the idea of playing with someone, like, two players on a team who, like, don't like each other and don't want to be playing together is, like, weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, I know with our team before, I feel like if you pulled them back then, like if you pulled teams when you and me were on the same team, you'd still probably get a decent amount of it too, though. Like, if they didn't necessarily want to play with the teammates they have.
Maybe.
I think some of it's just natural to, like, teams not doing well.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be, like, some kind of conflict.
Yone!
Baker going Annie 3 times in a row? Sheesh. Gen.G have not decided to change up their strategy whatsoever when it comes to draft. They do not think draft is what's going wrong.
You just gonna give away Annie, dude? Wait, Rumble. Meteos? This is a different draft. Kha'Zix.
Kha'Zix into Wukong? Really? That's like... That feels like one of Kha'Zix's worst matchups. Wukong is good against physical damage, and he creates a clone that keeps him from getting isolated.
Yep. And then he spins.
I wonder how he's going to build the Kha'Zix. I would guess something like Eclipse into Cleaver.
Nar. It's Rumble mid.
I've been seeing a decent amount of people play Kha'Zix with just like a full-on Bruiser build and just like do well with it. Because he does a shitload of base damage. Like, you don't need to build full assassin one shot. And then you get around his weakness of just like being super squish.
Wait, what was item?
Some people have been doing the thing where like you take Ghost on Kha'Zix and you evolve R first, and like when you press R, you can just show up like 1,000 fucking units away.
Is that real what you just said, or
Yeah.
like people are actually doing that?
Yeah.
Huh.
I still have this like really vivid memory of one time where I was playing Elise in LCS in one of these metas where it was just like you always clear till 4. So I went like no points in E. But then like I got pulled into lane or something at level 3 and I didn't have repel and I died because of it, and I was like really fucking unhappy about it. So now I'm always like really hesitant to want to do like the greedy ability order. I'm like, am I really getting that much from it?
You just get like a slight bit faster clear.
Like a couple seconds when you're clear for like the inability to do anything for a full level.
Yeah. I think it sounds troll, honestly. Unless it's like some crazy timing and you know nothing's happening.
Yeah, I mean, jungle clear speed is pretty relevant thing.
Yeah.
This is so weird. What do you do here?
Just let Zeus die, go zombie passive for the commitment. Fuck it.
Oh, damn, that was some big damage.
Oh my god, you're ahead of me.
Oh, I'm at 420.
I'll speed up.
2, 3, 4.
So Chovi's level 5 and he hasn't left mid yet. When does he start
I don't
zooming?
like. I think doing this with Wukong is pretty weird, I guess.
I mean, he might just be doing to match the push or something rather than
I mean,
to roam.
it's the Ignite. The Ignite's the one that gets me. Like, when I see Ignite, you really need to get something early out of Ignite for it to be worth it. Because, like, not having TP later in the game is just so fucking cursed for anything macro-related.
Yeah, true.
And, I mean, even early game, to a lot of extent, like, it kind of fucks you by not being able to get the tempo. But, like, if you're actually fighting early, then Ignite's really good.
True.
If you had, like, Jarvan or some shit, like, you know, a jungler who wants to just perma-force someone who's going to gank mid, then run around with you everywhere.
Doran not too happy with the whole situation. Genji not out of it yet, but once again, it's T1 with control of the game.
Uh-oh.
Chovy possibly overextended. Owner
He got the cannon.
Whoa! What? What the fuck?
Wait, did he flash it?
Dude, that was creepy as hell that they were on Genji's vision there.
Yeah, that was nice camera work. Did he flash the Scion Q? I'm so confused.
I think he just didn't get the charge up yet.
But, like, where did Rumble flash? He flashed her, but I didn't, like, really see it.
He flashed just up and he just zoomed past with fucking Nimbus.
Oh. Holy fuck. Was Jace banned or something? Or was he nerfed before this patch? Like, Jace was looking real strong. We just, like, have not seen much of him.
Look it
why.
up. You got that fat fucking base AD buff.
Is it a function of, like, is there not that many good AP junglers right now?
I farted.
A lot of them were nerfed.
No, they didn't nerf him. Since
I
they
mean,
buffed him.
like AP junglers like Elise and Maokai and stuff have been nerfed. Like, if you can't guarantee an AP jungler, Jace can be kind of awkward to pull off. Oh, Peanut is looking a little bit banged here.
But Owner said too. Baker's getting fucked.
Is there just no jungler for this Herald? This 1 HP Herald chilling. Who gets it? Thresh, get it, get it, get it! Oh, Sion got it. No, Gnar got it.
No, Gnar got it, yeah.
Oh my goodness, this is... Oh, is he dead? Oh my god, wait, Faker... Oh, what a hook, what a hook.
Wait.
Oh, he lives!
He's fucking cheating! How does he have stopwatch?
An early activated commencing stopwatch is so triggering, dude.
Why is Faker the unkillable Demon King? It's just his reputation.
I believe it was a nickname given to him by, like, Chinese players or something a long, long time ago in a galaxy far away.
I thought it was casters, but no idea.
Could be.
Yeah, he legit was actually ungankable, Faker.
Yeah, I mean, that was my experience. When I first played against him, I was like, bro, like, I can't hit this guy with fucking skill shots. Like, his movement's too good. Like, it just, most people would, like, respect, but he would just, like, play aggressive when I was around and just fucking never be killable.
Yeah.
And, you know, people are a lot better nowadays. It's not as uncommon anymore, but Faker was, like, fucking one of the first to just be insane at it.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, the flash Tibbs with the Scion follow-up.
It's a long hook.
Peanut goes in. goes out.
T1 as they grab the Infernal, and now they're just looking to back themselves out.
Oh my God.
Completely wide there as Doran's does get the extra health as Gumayushi.
One thing that like I actually didn't realize about Kha'Zix for quite a while after he came out is like I used to not realize that jungle camps are always considered isolated. I used to think that like, you know, if you're fighting an enemy champion, like you stand in the middle of Raptors or something, like you won't be isolated. But like that's just not how it works. It's only your own teammates. So like Baron and Dragon always isolated, even if everyone's standing around it.
Yep.
If you're fighting someone in a camp, they're isolated. Which I mean, it makes sense, right? When you think about it, but I didn't realize it right away. I was thinking like, you know, you got to just be truly by yourself.
I thought they like made that a change at some point.
I don't believe so. I think it's always been like that. What is Kha'Zix building? Surely he's not going Umbral into Edge of Night. That would be just odd. Wow, just Eclipse into Edge of Night. No mythic for this man's. Seems like it's a little on the weak side.
But I mean, Eclipse into Edge of Night.
Whatever, man. It's 4 a.m. Fuck off.
True.
Umbral into Edge of Night. Sneaky got me. I misspoke. I'm the fool. Sneaky's so cool.
I win. Yes. Whoa.
All right, now we're rooting for Genji. We want more games between these two stud teams.
What the fuck? Is that
okay? This must be good for Genji. That was a lot of engage to not get a kill. The counter engage from Rumble Wukong, very nice.
You saw that initiation, dude? He just flash fucking Q'd Rumble, the Scion. And then Faker followed up. And you got killed. Holy shit. Was he even slowed?
Who?
Rumble. The guy he flash Q'd. I mean, he must have been, right?
Probably.
Also give them a bit of a gold influx as well. 55 seconds until that third potential Dragon 4 T1.
He's too tanky.
Dude, let's see if Jinx does the same build. Like, it's been both games so far that Jinx went Zeal into, like, IE. I don't even know if she completed last game.
Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you get some attacks. Like, I don't know. Like, you don't get that much power out of the Zeal. Like, it's fine. Maybe the move speed is all you want.
I mean, it feels like it kind of bridges the gap because, like,
you still get IE second, but you still get some attack speed.
It feels like smooth to me. I don't know.
I could be undervaluing the move speed specifically. Like that.
Yeah, I mean,
is a good stat.
Yeah. I think it's specifically if you know you're like you want the rapid fire, because if you just go rapid fire second, you're kind of limp, right? If you go IE second, then I mean it's not bad, obviously, but like, you know, Zeal it has better buys to get to. Maybe it's based on like how much gold you recall with. Like, you know, if you can't hit the BF, might as well just like get a Zeal or something.
I feel like they're forcing it. It's been 3 games in a row.
Could be. But yeah, I mean, you could be right about the move speed. Like, move speed is a pretty fucking good stat. Mike fighting with a Kha'Zix. Is this what we want to do? Oh,
I guess so. Oh. One mana failure soul.
They don't have enough damage to take them out this game. They're not as ahead. Uh-oh. Zeus goes down, but at what cost? Gnar goes down, Delight's going down, Genji full retreat. There is a Baron up. Aphelios has pisser guns, though, for it. I think they're going to do it anyway. They've got Kha'Zix. They're pinging mid-wave.
I didn't really like the Rumble ult. You saw it?
No.
Was it like the same time that the smite was going down? Like right before they were trying to push Kha'Zix off with it, but like it made it so they can't actually fight.
Yeah, I mean that's like always the thing with objectives, right? It's like a balance of trying to secure the objective and then play for the fight. Wait,
dude, he just stop juked. Oh my god, he didn't actually have W.
That was fucking ballsy. They definitely thought that was the clone.
That was so fucking close. Holy shit.
I wonder if T1 even knows now. They probably thought that was the clone.
They actually have no idea. Look, watch Rumble. It hits like Lulu only.
Yeah, they ended up getting out of it pretty easily. Like
It literally only hit Lulu.
Yeah,
It's not a fight.
It kind of looked good, like if T1 was coming through there, but like they didn't have to, so they.
No, I think most of the time you side ult there. I don't think you line ult like that. Like you side ult just to make a whole line where if they want to walk in and fight, they have to walk through Rumble. And it starts on their face.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. Could have been better. Looking like leading up to it though, like I was kind of thinking he would do a similar angle to what he did, but obviously it didn't go too well.
I remember fucking when Hotshot used to play and he was playing Rumble, like he would do that shit to me in like every fucking team fight. Just lay a horizontal fucking ult across me.
Hotshot GG the GOAT.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's different too. The Rumble like one shots when it hits, because then it doesn't really matter how you land it. But you should be using it as like a zoning plus damage tool.
Yeah. Naked Rumble ults are fucking hard. Like it's way easier if you have other threats at the same time.
Yeah.
They're stronger, but there we go. Starting to, I mean, you've got two items completed across the board here.
It's that time again.
If Peanut and Chovy can get that combo down.
Well, Chovy over the side, Doran moving in. There's the equalizer. Peanut gets
That was a fucking smite fight.
Yup. That's what junglers live for right there, baby.
Dude, this is the shit that fucking Western teams is getting criticized for.
Yeah, I mean, like, people flip Baron all the time. It's like
It's
when you
so
get the flip,
common.
no one says anything. They're just like, they just brush it off. But if you miss, they're like, that was so stupid. Why would you ever flip that? It's just like, dude, it was a risk. Like, it's not risky if it works out every time, right? Like, sometimes it's gonna fuck up.
Yeah. Oh.
But that's something like, was it you or someone else that were like, told, like, I remember someone said that about Blabber. They're like, yeah, he has like no fear. He'll just flip a Baron and like he can get Baron stolen from like 5 times in a row and he'll still just keep flipping it.
I didn't say that, but
I mean, not for that last part, but like just the idea that like he's always down to flip.
he's always down to fight. I know that.
Being a jungler and losing smite fights is like, it builds a certain kind of mental fortitude that like you'll never get to train anywhere else. You just deal with it. You're like, yep, everyone's gonna hate me if this misses. Yep, I'm gonna get embarrassed. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, Pace is dead. Oh my god.
Whoops.
And he fucking hurts, bro.
Yep. He's going Ludens. That's normally I've been seeing like Leandry's Annies.
Yeah. I was gonna say like, it is just kind of weird because the concept of like Baron flips and flipping it should only be done from a position where you're behind and you'll get a Baron if you do it. Like, I feel like that's not a correct concept in current league with the amount of vision control you can have.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think if a lot of times your best play is something other than flipping it, but I think a lot of times, like, it is fine to flip it. Like, if it doesn't feel like you can make a lot of progress in the game otherwise,
Yeah.
like, you factor in, like, you know, I think it's only troll if it's, like, the jungler can just come in by himself and go for a smite fight, right?
And get out, yeah. Usually he has
they're
to die for
pressuring
it.
other lanes. You just start hitting Baron. You're not zoning the jungler at all. He just comes in and goes to the steal. Like, that's not a good flip.
Oh
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
70.
Oh my god, that was close.
Wow, T1 had to do that.
Holy shit. They almost got
How did that even
2v3.
happen?
It was kind of a base race, but like the
A
reason
base race.
like Genji was trying to recall, but T1 was pushing bot Giga hard. But then the like owner chased and he died for it.
Dude, I feel like for lower rated players.
Oh.
Hold up, hold that thought. Oh my god,
Everything is whiffing.
he's too tanky. He yellow starred that bitch. Oh, nice timing on
Alright.
the hook off the Zonias.
Oh my god, he's not
And
dead.
he's gonna
Okay.
live for so long. Peanut gets out.
Whoa, wait. This is
Hold
awkward
up.
for T1.
Chovy has a nasty
this
ult
is-
angle here.
Oh!
Okay, big ult.
Where's his team?
Guma not
Why
taking
is
too much
Doran-
damage. Oh my god, Nardice forgoes to make a huge hook from Delight.
Oh, no!
Oh.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
those are chakrams.
Oh my
Those
god!
are chakrams, unfortunately.
Dude, he takes the hook and insta-dies. Oh my
How many spinny
god.
How many fidget spinners did he have there?
I don't think he had that many. It was just the gun with the fucking attack speed in melee. Oh. Wait a sec.
Oops.
What's going on here?
Yo, this is getting wild, bro.
Dude, can he kill him?
I think
Yes.
Chovy wins this.
The zombie mode might be able to be what gets some work done to these turrets. As Jovi says, no, I would like to
Oh,
last
the
hit it, not gonna be
demolish.
able to do so. The
Dude,
game
this is a banger
continues.
game.
We getting spicy, dude.
Bait the bits of the turrets and they can win. Gen G will hold on. But Baron, in 2 seconds, T1 already in the map, a ton of control.
A fountain dive, bro. A flash into fountain dive and die.
Where Kha'Zix
Whoops.
just tanks Nexus turrets and dies.
Oopsies. Who put that Nexus there?
Gen G. Also, in 50 seconds, that Mountain Drake is going to spawn. And T1 could say, we can
Delight
try
actually
and
hit
fight
some
this.
nasty hooks
No
that last
TP,
fight, though.
no, way to get
Started with a
back to
missed
rest
play
of
on
the
Annie.
Gen G, they're gonna start
True.
with the Baron.
He timed the Zonias after.
Yep. And then he hit Philios over the Baron wall.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we flipping.
Oh
Okay.
my god, they
get
got
the
it.
flip, but now what? Now what?
Kill the fucking Tibbers. Wait, Guma's
Big
fucked.
stopwatch. Oh, but he goes down.
Oh!
Yo, it's a huge throw. It's actually a Hail Mary. It's a half court.
Uh-oh.
Wait,
Uh-oh.
can they end?
Uh-oh.
All they need to do is make sure
Wait, what about their Nexus? Ah, they're fine. There's no TPs.
They'll probably lose their Nexus turret, but I think you can just end.
Yo,
I would go for the end if I was them for sure.
Someone was canceling, right? Nar? Oh, no, he recalled.
He has.
I
TP.
need
think
I need to
he's-
see
he-
where Sion is.
Yeah, I mean that Nar had to recall for Sion going for the end.
This Sion
He should
can, like,
TP in
stop
here
it, I
since they see
think.
him, though.
Oh, maybe not.
Wait, that's actually game. What a fat throw! How do you go from diving their fountain to losing in like 2 minutes?
Wait, is it over there?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
now it is.
over.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we have ourselves a series.
Holy shit.
Baker not looking holy hell, bro.
Holy shit.
How often do we see a top team just hardcore get over cocky and just throw like that? That it hurts.
I mean,
That is a momentum swinger.
I don't think they won the game there, though. Because
I mean,
it was just
they,
Kha'Zix and Sion.
I mean, just look at their last plays they made in the game. They were totally like
Oh, yeah.
in fucking we won mode. Like,
For sure. That's fucking funny, bro.
that's hilarious. That's fucking awesome. I wanted more games from these guys. I didn't think we could get it, but here we are. I'm going back and watching the last couple minutes again because that was just too weird. This dive on Rumble was so troll.
On the fountain?
Yeah.
What time is it? Oh my god.
28-25. You're probably right. I don't think they end here. It's 20 seconds on Thresh. Rumble's there, but he has to heal up in the fountain. He has no zone or anything. I don't know if they can guaranteed end with 2 melees, but they can definitely like take a Nexus turret. But like they go for Chovy. Sion accidentally gets out of range of the Nexus turret, so Kha'Zix starts tanking.
Dude, wait. This is actually so clutch. Look at Chovy at 28-26. Right when Zeus flashes on him. You see it? Like the frame he flashes on him.
What did he do?
Look at his inventory. Chovy's.
Oh, wow. He just bought it?
Yeah, he just bought stopwatch.
Holy shit. Dude, that's the shit the Koreans practice when they get the GA and the stopwatch and the Zonia and Fountain.
Yeah.
Wait, that's actually insane.
Dude, I can't actually do those things when they do that shit.
Yeah,
It's actually
that's
hard.
insanely impressive. Wow, nice catch. I did not see that.
Yeah, someone in chat said it, so I was looking at it.
Wow.
I didn't know if you meant like he had stopwatch for that
He
fight.
reached into his fucking bedside dresser and put on his rolly, dude. That was sick.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely don't end the game, but like they'll break Nexus turrets. Fucking
Yeah, they'll probably get both turrets and then have to run.
Yeah, it's a factor for sure. Like part of why they lost.
Damn, that was tight. That was tight as fuck. Wait, let's see the last fight too.
And then
I want to just.
Faker gets caught mid later.
It was probably more on Faker than anyone else though. He's like actually in a whack ass spot. He doesn't even have his minions. Like his wave is gone. He's just running at their wave.
Yeah,
It is in a weird spot for sure.
I don't think he needs to be here.
I mean,
he
it was
could've
good
been
angles on Gen G too. Like if you see Faker's vision, it doesn't really feel scary here. Like he's got a ward mid. He's got a ward, multiple wards in the red side jungle. Thresh finds the gap in vision with the pink and hex flashing from Raptors. Wukong comes from bottom side.
I'm actually curious. Like, doesn't it look like Faker should have instant flashed from Thresh?
Yeah.
Like he sticks so hard in here. And tries
Yeah.
to make this
I mean,
fight.
Faker definitely could have played this better. But at the same time, I can understand why he played it the way he did. It's like, you know, he goes mid wave. It feels safe here. It doesn't feel like he's gonna get killed. He just wants to make sure Gen G has no like counterplay pushing down mid. He's like, you know, my whole team is here. They're on the way. I'm gonna bait, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
It was a really good hook from Thresh. Like Delight hitting him right off the stopwatch before he could flash was good timing. It's not that easy to do. What if it turns into a reverse sweep off that? That would feel so bad.
Yes, indeed.
You need like a really good glue guy in the team to just be like, you know what, guys, we got to give him one. Fuck that. Let's just stomp him again next game.
The Glue Man group.
You can't have if you have a weak mental player who starts tilting off that, it's doomed. It is pretty tilting, but like you got to be able to get over it.
Yeah. We'll be back soon.
All right, Gen G have banned Annie this game. There is a change up.
For the
It only
first
took them
time.
2 and almost 3 losses to be like, yeah, maybe this is too annoying, guys.
Maybe Faker on an unskilled champion's too OP?
What does owner go here? I still think Jarvan has a place, but pro players do not believe so.
Have not seen him, really. A little bit.
Having something that works as like a pseudo frontliner would be nice because you're working with Lulu. I guess a lot of the times LCK doesn't really care about that. Ooh, okay, Nocturne. I wonder if it has anything to do with Jinx being played. Because you know, like people used to do this against Twitch, just because like, you know, you actually fuck them because their vision gets lower than their range.
Yeah.
Like they can't hit.
Sure.
And then, you know, once you get the anathemas on her with Stride Breaker, it's like just really annoying for Jinx. Even if you're not killing her, it's like very disruptive. Ornn.
Oh my
I like it.
god,
I like
they're
it.
doing it to him.
Makes sense. They're doing the Omega scaling comp. Both teams have like the same like classic tried and true formula: tank top, early fighter, bruiser, jungler, mage, then marksman support.
Marksman support.
Marksman, comma, support.
I don't know if I'd call that common. Marksman support.
Okay.
Top laners
Ornn's
have
just
a
gonna TP back to lane with no mana.
top laners have a contract. Uh-oh. That is a flash come. Ooh. Wait.
Oh, nice flash by Peanut. Faker still has flash. Where's he going? though?
Where the fuck is he going?
He's dead.
Wow.
Was he really that fucked?
Wow, that's so rough. He lost a fat wave during that too. That is...
Okay, I mean, I guess he still would have died if he like got double flashed on, like Wukong over the wall and then the Liss.
I think there's a way he could have got out with his flash there, like the cone. I think he probably did not anticipate the Gragas cutoff in time. Like he thought he could just walk out through top jungle, but obviously can't really in that situation.
Well,
I think if he like took the blast cone over like...
Well, I was thinking
toward
like
the
the wall initially, where he canceled the Wukong-y. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It felt like an obvious flash there, but I guess he saw something I didn't. Of death.
Perfect.
He wanted to die. He was ready.
Oh. Charm is down. No flash Wukong. Alright.
Nice. Oh, hold up. Okay, he's dead. Owner, no flash. Oh, wait. Faker. It's fine.
Got a bonus ult charge back.
Yep.
By the way, while that was happening,
what happened to
they
Doran?
solo killed Doran.
That's actually interesting. Both top laners are magic damage, and they just rush to Bammies. They're like, they don't care about each other's damage.
Let's see this fight.
Damn, he got the auto in before the ult, too. Oh, shit.
He just
This
gets
is a man who actually has
smoked.
played Ornn before.
Yep. God
Ornn's hella
damn.
cool, bro. Like, his combos are actually... Uh-oh.
Wow. That's a kill.
When did Guma flash? Did they show it?
I don't remember it. If it did. Ganking Faker, Ari, man. What are you doing? I guess I could combo, but... Yeah, you have to flash in.
Why are they even trying to gank him?
Oh! Meteos?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Why are they even trying to gank him?
Wait, Jinx ult though. Jinx ult, Jinx ult. Not gonna shoot? He should 100% shoot that.
Yeah. 75-second cooldown XD. Have you ever died to recalling into a global ult? In the fountain?
Maybe once? It's so fucking rare. Like, nobody shoots him unless you're scripting. Or like you're going for some troll montage shit.
Yeah. Because the only way, like, you would have to see them recalling and know exactly how long it takes your ult to get from where you are to the fountain. But, like, if you see them recalling and you have the time to ult, you might as well just shoot them.
Yeah. The only logic is that, like, if they see the ult, they'll just cancel and move. So they shoot at the fountain so they can't see it.
Zeus might be dead. Oh my god!
Wait, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Dude.
What a setup. Dude, he was holding his E. I wonder why he was holding it that long.
Who, the
Gragas, he was holding his E for a while. Like, he had it. I guess he was trying to confirm the Jinx rocket.
Yeah. Holy shit. That's actually huge.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, this HP value? Oh, catches him off guard from the bush. Dude, that is so fucking hard to see. That Jinx ult going through the fucking wall. Legit, nobody saw that Jinx ult coming. Can they get him this time? Do they have more damage? Oh, wait, he's tanking turret. Playing around National, it's so weird. You know they have a window where it's up, you just feel like you can't even lane anymore. If you don't have mobility, like Jinx. Just guaranteed off-screen engage. Dude, it's like Ornn from before they nerfed it. It was like sometime after he came out, Ornn would just roam mid, guaranteed hit you. Like, slows the fuck out of you, and then he bonks you. And you're just caught from anywhere. He never has to be on your screen. It was not dodgeable, besides with Flash. That shit was so disgusting. That legit warped the meta. You literally couldn't walk up mid anymore. Mid lane was just death zone. Oh my god. That dude is dead.
Tries to get something back, but still, it's going to be the Raptors stolen away, and now T1 underneath their top lane out of turret.
They look like they're gonna get dove. Wait, Faker. Wait.
5 for 10. What did I miss?
A little bit of action.
I don't see an action.
Oh my. Surprise.
Not looking good for the boys.
Surprise Zeus flashed.
Is the first seed LCK underdog actually gonna bring this one out?
Maybe.
Did you comment on the Gale Force Jinx?
He's had that for a while, but not really.
But like, I mean, the choice normally Kraken is the usual, right?
Yeah.
I think you have to do against something like Nocturne.
Yeah.
Which makes it way easier to play.
I mean, it feels good too. You just do less auto damage, obviously. Just so much attack speed. Can actually proc Kraken. Most people that buy Kraken can barely fucking proc it, I swear to God.
Have you ever seen a Jhin with Kraken?
Dude, someone was telling me the other, like, fucking, I think it was like a week ago. It's like, dude, I swear to God, Jhin, lethal tempo, Kraken sleep.
I unironically saw a Jhin who I think he went like Hail of Blades, and he went like Kraken Berserker Greaves, just like standard 80 carry build, and he was doing so much fucking damage. Like, he was fed as hell, so he probably could have built anything, but like it was just way less troll than it looked. Like, he was absolutely cranking.
I feel like people don't know that Hail of Blades does not work favorably on Jhin. Like, the way it used to work was when you would proc Hail of Blades in auto, it would give you the AD for that auto. But now, it does not give you that AD for the first auto. And you have to use it on the second and the third only. It does not work for the first auto attack.
Oh, wow. The W first into the ulti. That's kind of smart. It's faster than ulting first. Damn, this game's just ogre. So, like, if I was trying to balance Senna, keep in mind I'm not a game designer, balancer, whatever, so take it with a grain of salt. I think her souls are fine. I think I would want Senna to be more like a regular 80 carry where you actually have to farm on her. I think souls should have, like, you know, just a drop rate whether you get the CS or not, and they just shouldn't give gold. So more like Thresh souls.
They've even
some shit.
talked about, like, how it's relatively simple for when they win the balancer. They just swap the gauges.
Like, they call it a lever. They're like, yeah, there's a lever we can balance her with. And I'm like, eh.
Just doesn't work that well.
That kind of team fight. Hold that thought.
Oh my god,
big,
the stopwatch of the gods.
Oh my god, Aphelios ult. Oh, they're getting analed by Peanut. Oh my god, this Wukong ult is just going way too hard for anyone to handle.
Oh, GG.
That is game. Good stopwatch by FaZe.
Oh! Yeah, that was insane value stopwatch.
Yep.
Oh. I guess they don't end.
So insane at team fighting, bro.
He does so much fucking damage, dude.
He really does. Like, his W is like low-key insane. Like, the damage of the clone, when you have it maxed, it does like 60% of Wukong's damage, and it like copies his Q and R and shit.
Yeah. He'll do like 80% of an AD carry's health, like near instantly. Just spin after EQ, do it again, another Q, 80%. If he's fed enough, it's a kill.
And the cast got to Gumayushi means he's not really, like, gets a good ult off, but immediately ends up in the bounce house.
I'm looking at my solo queue win rates, and Wukong's one of my better ones.
Nice.
Because I feel like I win a lot on Wukong, but I don't pick him that often.
That's a happy score right there. Power play cresting.
He's very
Yeah.
momentum based. Like if you can get Sunder early, like you are just Thanos. Like you're probably gonna win the game. But you know, if you're playing against like some another fight, hold the thought. Owner is owned. Oh, hold up, Zeus.
yeah,
Huge
he's dead.
flank. They get him. They get him. They get him.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Hold
whoa,
up.
whoa, whoa,
Hold
whoa.
up. This is a T1 win, I think. Wait, does Peanut have ult? I can't tell based on this UI. I don't think so.
No.
Yo, that was a nice TP by Zeus.
Can they actually kill anybody though?
Faker does not have flash. Does he hit the charm? He does land the charm. Surely Doran goes down here. Surely. Surely. Nice. It's the comeback. Bro, Owner is... I respect that, man. Nocturne's like vibe. Like some games you're just gonna fucking run it down. You're gonna have this kind of score. You're getting no gold from kills in team fights. You're just dying instantly.
But
that's
you press the
actually your
darkness.
job. If you're not doing that, you're just trolling. Like if you're playing for KDA,
Yeah.
you absolutely
You have to go in here.
It.
Yep.
They don't know that Zeus is there, and I want to draw your attention to Gumayushi because yes, Zeus
Oh,
is able
that
to
Yeah, they
was such a
actually
nice
had
combo.
no fucking idea that Paige is even dying in the back.
There's like sneaking the ward there was really nice by Keria.
Yeah. Wait, is that Curious word?
Yeah, it's a Sight Stone ward.
Okay.
Has to be.
It just looked
Damn.
weird.
Okay. Okay. Signs of life. Wait, does Jinx still have a 450 gold bounty after just dying?
Oh wow. Yeah.
That is a fat fucking bounty. God damn.
I don't know whether they're going to be able to get there. Only 3 members of Gen G in position right now. Doran and Chovy are going to
I think
move on
Owner
as
would
well.
probably pick up a
Baron is
stopwatch
now
next. Just
done
go for
though.
GA, and you can like basically do the similar thing. You just go in, fear, and then like stopwatch at 1 HP. Give time for your team to catch up. Yep, there. He literally just bought it. Doran just needs to like sit on Jinx's balls and ult people away.
I said a little, I meant a lot. Moonshot doing
Oh.
a bunch of work there. Azay's gonna have to flash out, but now the Ornhorn comes in. Moonlight Vigil doesn't do anything.
Oh, he-
Oh, nasty Greg Assault.
Yeah, he stopped the Ornn ult. That was good.
I mean, that's Norn and Nocturne.
Yeah, can they get Doran?
Oh!
Oh, Faker. Oh, the charm, the charm!
Oh
wait.
my God, they're all dead,
This
they're all dead.
Wukong. Oh my God, the Wukong ult, 2 Giga.
Yo,
That's
Jinx,
game.
Jinx flashed a Lulu Q.
Damn, that was a good try by T1. They were making moves despite being super down.
Silver fucking scrapes, baby.
Dude. Oh my God, T1 is when your rally doesn't work, bro, you're like,
Uh-oh.
now you're really the whole time you're sitting there regretting. So what did we change? Like, if I'm T1 and I'm banning 2 junglers, but then still giving them Wukong and like not really getting a real answer, I would consider changing that. Like, do some kind of Vi Wukong trade at least. Some kind of like Sejuani Jace thing. I really like that combo. I think it's super strong. Wonder what the reason for that being MIA is. So they've been banning Vi, Maokai, Cassante every game for T1. Is there anything they changed? Like, it doesn't... I don't know. The only thing that I think they could try is maybe switching up AD carries. I don't know if that matters, though. That's kind of like a handshake. It would just be like if you think you're better at, like, you know, the off-meta stuff. I mean, off-meta in quotes. I don't think that'll change too much. Maybe the Wukong, that champion, is significantly stronger than other junglers when it comes to team fighting.
Yes. What about the Vi? In the
I mean, she's been
Kha'Zix.
permaban. I think you can do a trade. Like, Vi for Wukong is usually a pretty agreeable matchup for both sides. I think people just find Vi really annoying to play against because it's like, if you don't see her, she can force harder than anyone, right?
What if they just run back the Kha'Zix?
I don't know if Kha'Zix is that good.
I mean, it's definitely looked better than I would think it would go in the games that it's been played.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's horrible or anything. Like, he has his strengths. Oh, shit, Rumble for T1. Where's that going? Faker's turn for Rumble, I guess. Gragas Rumble? It's Rumble or Gragas Jungle. The Fook? It's got to be... I mean, I guess they're just full flexes here. They're not committed anywhere. This looks fucking whack by T1, though. I don't like this draft. They have not a lot of hard CC. They have a lot of, like, the situational CC. You know, they have like, good follow-up, but they don't have the initial shit. Rumble Jungle. I don't know, man. Anytime I see these comps with so much follow-up, but not a lot of the initial stuff. I mean, I guess Gragas, Cassante, and Rakan can engage, but like they don't have the super long CCs that you can chain stuff off of. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, LCK teams make this shit work better than most. If I was a betting man, I would put it on Gen G. I feel like overall in this series, they've kind of been playing better. I think the draft gaps, games 1 through 3, were a big factor in T1 success. Plus the early game lead of just the Sion cheese, like both games, they actually got like fairly big leads off Sion. Game 1 doing the cheese, game 2 threatening the cheese, so Gragas fucked himself. Those things can really like fucking warp the game.
This stage of the game, because being risk averse in a game number 5 is something you'd expect, but pace.
Hold up.
There is a very offensive Featherstorm.
Huh.
Well, we got one tick of the Rumble ult, but I guess he kills Alistar.
Yeah, the aim on the Rumble ult was a bit odd. Thought he'd go for Aphelios, get his flash.
These Rumble players, I can't.
I can't.
I can't.
Dude, you know, something I was thinking about the other day was like, so you know how they changed jungle to be like, you know, easier for most champs to farm?
Yeah.
I was thinking like, why no jungle Fizz? He's one of those champs that's like, he's super fucking annoying, but like, you know, he just doesn't really have a great place in the meta. Like, he's not really a good laner. Maybe if jungle's like, oh god, oh no, owner,
Dead.
Oh, he had flash, but I guess he figured he was gone.
Oh,
he is going Night Harvester. Okay, nice.
should be good.
Yeah, I like it.
So what about Fizz?
But like Fizz jungle, in my head, it's like, you know, if he can actually like farm his camps and not be the slowest shit ever, sounds like it would be kind of annoying to play against. But then I looked up win rates, and like, granted it was small sample size, but it was like 40%, so I was like, okay, maybe not.
I could see them buffing it. Be a jungler.
Fizz jungle would be kind of cool.
It seems like a jungler, honestly.
It seems like it would be less obnoxious than Fizz mid.
Well, that is a heroic charge. Faker in a bit of trouble here, but does manage to mitigate some
Oh,
of that CC.
big ult.
Is he gonna 2v1?
Oh, wow, nice.
What the fuck?
Holy shit.
How did he even...
Okay, if he just got hit by the charm there and died, I would have face bombed for him.
Dude, what even happened? He like swapped places and flashed out.
Yeah, like he was threatening the solo kill on Peanut. He had like the third Q, W'd at him. And then I guess he figured choke. I don't know, like that was kind of crazy. That was actually fucking wild.
I need to see it again.
The amount of players who would have played it like that and gotten out, it's like fucking none.
A Faker exclusive.
Oh, wow. I feel like this Herald kind of saved Zeus there. It didn't seem like he knew there's a jungler. Maybe he did.
And Doran going to be given some money. Actually really like this idea from Gen G.
I feel like they'll make a champ like that at some point. Like, kind of like Bard, where you like make a portal, but you just break the terrain and make it walkable through.
Like, just permanently break terrain?
No.
So eventually then there's just no walls?
I mean, that would be interesting. No, I mean, Ornn breaks temporary terrain. I'm talking like the actual map.
I think you can only do a temporary break, though, because there's too many champs that rely on walls. If you could just fucking mow down all the walls, that would just be too weird.
Yeah, like you eventually just break the whole pit over the game. for Baron.
Oh, that would be really. Oh my God! Peanut didn't get the chain on Rakan. He got out. Oh, Korea gets out. This looks doomed for T1. They don't have anything. They don't have anything. Run, 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 run.
Oh!
Run, T1, T1, T1. Run, run, run. This is doomed. This is doomed. It's an L. It's an L. It's an L. Get out.
They're unkillable.
Dude, it's who could have thought when you don't have the like good guaranteed CC combos, it's hard to play team fights.
Yeah.
Hard to lock people down, actually finish it.
Let's see it again. Should they rumble?
How do you
ult?
like the rumble ult? It's horizontal.
Yeah, it's good.
I think Area should not have ran into them like that. So T1 did actually get the Herald, so not a total loss. Zeus fumbled it a bit there. I mean, support death for Herald's like actually pretty good trade. Oh, he's a little bit of trouble. Might be an understatement. Let's go.
He's laid dead.
Let's go, T1.
Not quite the best look there for Doran. Doesn't realize that Zay's going to stick around in the bush, but you kind of get
The walk straight away juke.
Toby's going to be fine on the side lane. Let's stick Doran, who's got that rhythmic.
Is it really a juke if you're out of range?
Yep.
I don't believe so.
It was his choice. He chose to dodge the skill shot. All right, let's see it. Can you catch Faker?
I think he's fucked. He used his E.
Oh!
His E! Oh, it's not up! Oh my God.
Just about able to finish that one.
I'm actually surprised he died, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Usually if a
I mean-
Cassante gets an ult like that, he's fucking gone. Might have come in because of Poppy,
I mean,
though.
he has his E and his W after he does that.
Oh.
Like, what's hard to kill about him is usually he'll like E and like W beforehand and then ult and then like have those two back up again to run away. But nowadays, Cassantes go W max second, so your E's actually like a pretty decently long cooldown.
Uh-huh.
He didn't get like I don't think he wanted this angle. If he could have got more toward his turret. Actually, he also E'd really weird. Like he E'd kind of toward Chovy. Like it's I think that would be hard to E over the Dragon Wall there. I think it is probably doable, but very probably tight like spacing on it to actually get over. I agree with the caster. Like Gwen, this game just seems so insane. He can kind of shrug off your topside damage, right? So there's just like not a great threat on Gwen. She kind of just eats everyone alive.
Yeah.
I think once Gwen gets like 2-3 items, it's going to be very hard for T1.
She will monster scale for sure. We got a dragon.
I love the wagon.
What's gonna happen?
You gotta be really careful. You can't fight in these corridors.
Very hard choke to walk through for Genji. Are they actually going to try?
An equalizer. It's unplayable, and it looks like Genji have been.
I guess not.
I don't think. No, you don't try. Maybe you look for something when the T1's on the way back to lane. You have Poppy, Alistair for engage. Oh, Chovy's looking.
Looking?
Okay. Gets the Guma ult. A lot of respect from Guma there. I think it's the right play. I mean, I think any of these like standoff situations, it's probably going to go Genji's way, right? They have so many more tools to actually get a real catch. Aphelios with like his Gravitum, Ari Charm, Poppy Stun, Alistair, like legit almost their whole team can set up CC, and then they have a ton of follow-up too.
Yeah, it would
Whereas
count
T1,
Graviton, but yeah. The guys.
T1, like what do they have? They have like maybe a random Gragas ult.
Yeah, I mean, Rakan. Rakan Gragas.
I mean, yeah, I don't think you're going to reliably get a Rakan engaged when Poppy's standing right in front of you.
And in this case, they also don't have topside.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be on the angle. She's not. If Genji mispositions.
Yeah. What do you think about Kraken Zaya this game instead of Gale?
You've seen a bit of it, actually. And maybe you didn't, 'cause I don't know if you saw every game, but
Yeah, I mean, I've
she's-
seen Kraken Zaya. Just
she's been building it. Like, it's very good against the tanks, because she actually does hit a lot, too. Similar to Jinx. It's just that Gale is so good for the feathery position. Can secure your damage or the root.
get to next
Yeah, I mean,
round,
also like
they feel
Zaya's
like, okay,
pretty low
we really
range
care
compared
about
to
this
like something like
so
Jinx.
quickly. Let's
Yeah.
try and bait Baron, which means that they change man of no LEC, you know?
Yeah, no,
This is Soul in 30, yes.
that was quite recent. Like my LPL is kind of worn off now.
Yeah.
Soul for T1.
How long did it take? I was gonna say, like, how long did it take?
What that Rakan doing?
To stop just expecting a massive
Oh,
T5
we've got the
every
spikes for T1 here. We've got
Speaking of which,
Deathcap. We've got Gargoyle.
coming up. This is, of course, Ocean
No one on
Soul
T1 has a pink
for
though,
T1
except for
if they can
support.
lock that one down.
Their setup for this fight might not be that good.
Look as well.
True.
NG does have the spot. Oh, T1's just gonna go Baron. I like
Wow.
this.
As T1
There we
looking
go.
for the
How
win,
fast
but
is
it's
their
getting
Baron though?
traded. Genji, of course, denies
Zaya
it.
shreds it with quick blades.
I mean, they gotta play for the fight.
Yeah.
Zeus could look here. He's
Honestly,
got a
he should be
decent
fine.
position.
They can back away from it at a moment's notice if Faker
Oh
Oh
no,
my god, the
Faker.
miss.
Uh-oh.
Nasty Rumble ult.
I mean, it was a decent Rumble ult, but like they can just walk out of it. It's the problem.
Yeah.
Nothing really burned apart from the ultimate's been out.
Oh man, I think you really gotta like let Gragas fish. I think Gragas is your fisher. Oh no. Okay. Guma. Oh my god, Doran just got shredded.
Oh.
Oh,
He's dead.
hold up. Hold up.
Wait, Faker.
Hold up.
He's got him. He's dead.
Yo.
Oh.
T1, T1. That's Soul. Are they going for the end? I mean, they have 30 seconds. I think this is an end.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure it's an end. This is usually the timer. It's like 20 seconds from inhib to killing Nexus if you have like enough damage. It's kind of early in the game. Like they don't have the most damage to the structures. But actually, I don't know. 15. I don't think so. I don't think so. We'll see.
Oh, he died instantly.
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
It's looking like the dub. It is the dub.
Oh my god, they've done it. The Mad Lads.
GG.
Ooh, let's go T1. What a series. What a series.
God damn.
Banger Games, fan service throw, still managed to get the dub.
Make it
How can you
interesting.
not love them?
We get to see Genji put up a fight. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was like just a good level of play all around. I don't feel like anyone was really trolling. I mean, obviously that's not like the hottest take considering these are maybe the two best teams here.
Yeah.
But always nice to watch two good teams who are similar in skill. Wow, their shoes are fucking fire, bro. Those are sick shoes.
What, the yellow laces?
Just all of them. They're like hella colored. Like, are those high, like what do you call those kind of shoes? They're like kind of high tops.